guys, I'm Tiffany. Welcome back to my channel. So today, in celebration of hitting 150 subscribers, I'm going to be doing a Q&A. The first question is, how have you found your BookTube experience so far? It's been a bit of a struggle to prioritize it and stay consistent with uploads. My reading experience has also declined since I started my channel, which is why I am changing how I read. I'm really glad I've discovered new stories and friends through Book Twitter and BookTube. Next question is, any goals you've set for yourself going forward? Changing how I read, quality over quantity, DNFing if I'm bored, and to be more consistent with uploads. I'm also considering adding movie and TV reviews and video commentaries. Next question is, what are your favorite videos to watch on BookTube? What is your favorite to make? TBR videos, sketches related to reading, and book tags. I like to make TBR and wrap-up videos, but I gotta say, I really enjoyed doing a reading vlog for It's Not Summer Without You. I feel like it ends with us. I don't think it was the book for me, but I do definitely want to try reading vlogs more. Next question is, what book have you read that you wish you had written? I've never thought about it, but probably Angel Falls, since that's my favorite book. What were your favorite books growing up? Junie B. Jones, The Missing series by Margaret Peterson Haddix, Nancy Drew, like Nancy Drew and the Clue Crew, Harry Potter, Diary of a Wimpy Kid, and The Hunger Games. Next question is, favorite video you've made? I'd say my first wrap-up video, which was January through March of 2020. A lot of my personality came through and I really appreciated the comments I received for my mannerisms. But some honorable mentions I'd say is my Shrekathon TBR. I just had a lot of fun with it and it was really fun to do Shrekathon, like the actual readathon. It was really fun. It's Not Summer Without You reading vlog. It's just doing so good on my channel and I'm really happy about that. And I would say my most recent favorite is my July TBR, so that's the Summer Splash Readathon TBR that I have up. And I really enjoyed that one. It was so much fun to go out because we have, like a community pool and everything. So we went out over there and I got some pictures and everything to do for the thumbnail. And it was just all around a really fun experience to do more than just like one thing. And I had a lot of like preparation and excitement for this readathon. And yeah, I really enjoyed the video, all the books I was talking about. I definitely enjoyed that one. There are definitely a lot of videos I've enjoyed making, but I'd say those are like my top ones. Next question is, top 5 books you want everyone to read. So there's of course going to be Angel Fall, The Fifth Wave, The Hunger Games, Paranormalcy, and The Immortal Rules. Next question is, a popular book you hated. Six of Crows. I'll be frank, it was shit. I really don't understand why so many people love it and act like Cass and Inesh have the best YA relationship. Come on! Next question is, favorite booktubers? That's a really good question. When I first was drafting this video, I only had one, and that is Read with Cindy. And that's because I like her humor and her rants. She seems like a cool person. I've also been really enjoying Haley Pham. I've never seen her channel before, but the books were recommended to me, and I started really watching her videos and getting a lot of recommendations from her, so I've been very much enjoying her channel. I also have been watching Just Allie. I love her videos. She's really cool and I just like how she's experimenting sometimes with her videos and everything, and I just think her channel's great and I really enjoy it. I've also been watching Sid Bookworm. We're friends on Twitter and everything, and we started around the same time, which is pretty nice. But yeah, I definitely enjoy her channel. I really like her Spin the Bottle TBR videos. Those are like my favorite ones. I really enjoy those. And it's kind of cool watching her videos for her house tour and everything as she and her fiance are working on their house to move into. Those are the main ones I've been watching recently. I've also been now that I'm watching more of BookTube recently, I'm getting a lot more recommendations, and so I'm kind of picking and choosing some of the channels and videos that I watch, but I really enjoy those. Also, I do want to give a shout out to Robin from the Book Wormhole. I'm really enjoying her channel. She's got some really great videos, and even though it's not like I read sci-fi on the regular, you know, she has really good reviews. And of course, you know, it's nice for us to be friends on Twitter and for us to host, you know, live shows and everything. So it's really cool to, like, you kind of know them not just from their videos, like you can actually talk to them too. That's definitely a fun one I like to do, so shout out to Robin. Next question is actually a repeat. What has been your favorite video to make? Another favorite is my Shadow and Bone reaction. I love watching commentary videos, so it was really fun to make myself. I just hate the videos got copyright claimed, but I hope I can get them back up on my channel. Next question is, do you have any plans for future videos coming up? There's an experimental video I have coming up that I'm really excited to do. I'm going to be wrapping up all the shows and movies that I've watched, you know, like it's either gonna be I'll do monthly ones or I'll just kind of like wrap up for this past 6 months. Maybe I'll do that. I have a couple tag videos I plan on posting. And one thing I want to do is, so it just ended up being in 2020 and 2021, even though I was reading a lot and I was posting on Goodreads and everything and I'd be on Twitter, I really was not making videos consistently. So what I do want to do is wrap up all the books I read in 2020 and 2021. So like I'll do like, you know, some mini thoughts on the video. You know, maybe I'll be like reviewing 2020 books in 2022 or something like that. So it's just an idea so far, but I definitely want to like do it because it's like, hey, there were a lot of really good reviews I had and I'd like to post that on YouTube. Next question is, which fictional world would you like to live in? Probably Narnia. I have a lot of fun memories watching the first movie. Or maybe Paranormal Seas, since there's so many paranormal creatures. Next question is, fictional crushes? Aaron Warner. He's the only worthwhile character in the Shatter Me series. Ezekiel. He was so amazing in the first book, The Immortal Rules. Now this one is not book related, but I definitely say Logan from X-Men and Hugh Jackman. Anyway, but honestly, I don't have that many fictional crushes. Usually I like really like the love interest for the main character, but not for myself. But recently, Aaron Blackford, wow, my gosh, sometimes like the way sometimes I'd be reading the Spanish Love Deception and react to him, I'm just like, oh my gosh. Man, he was great until he wasn't. If you've seen my May wrap up, you know what I'm talking about. He was good for a time. I can at least appreciate that. Next question is, hero or villain? Hero. I'd like to create compelling villains of my own one day, but I definitely like the hero's journey more. Plus, villains can either be really funny, really psychotic, or an absolute two-dimensional waste of space. I guess the point is, many creators can't write villains well. Next question is, what inspired you to create a BookTube channel? I really liked Christine Ratio when I was younger, and she was the only booktuber I knew until I found Read with Cindy. I thought she was cool and wanted the success she had. I started reading more books and talked about them with my family, but they didn't really get it. So I wanted to start my own channel to discuss with other readers. Next question is, what genre would you pick to read for the rest of your life? Probably contemporary. I do like adventure stories, but I'm really picky about those. Majority of the books I read are already contemporary, so probably that. Next question is there a reason behind the name you chose? I chose Masquerade Chick because I planned on wearing a mask to protect my identity. I brainstormed names like That Girl Behind the Mask and Masked Girl. Eventually I chose Masquerade Chick. But before I made my first YouTube video, I had seen a commentary on Euphoria. Kat's storyline really freaked me out, and I couldn't look at a mask the same way again. In addition to that, when I made my BookTube newbie tag, I tried my mask on. But it didn't look good and it wasn't practical. You can see it on my chair in that video, but I decided against wearing a mask from that point on. And I'm glad I made that choice. There's no reason to hide my face for the BookTube community. So that is the reason why I chose Masquerade Chick. And now as I'm sure you can see my channel name is now The Book Skeptic. I came to that a couple months ago, actually. I wanted something that fit the book and reading subject. And honestly, it just popped into my head. I'm a harsh critic, so being the book skeptic just works. Next question is, worst book you've ever read? Ooh, hard question. I'd narrow it down to Stuck in Neutral, Staying Fat for Sarah Burns, All the Bright Places, or Extremely Loud and Incredibly Close. Next question is, best book you've ever read? Angel Fall by Susan E. or The Fifth Wave by Rick Yancey. Next question is, what kind of films do you make? I haven't made films since 2019, but I've made narrative, stop motion, and kinetic text. Next question is, what is your favorite bookish memory? I remember reading Catching Fire for the first time, so I was about 11 years old in 2012, with somebody that I used to know playing in the car. It was a core memory moment, and I still associate the song with Catching Fire. Through BookTube, I'd say making friends from reading sprints. Next question is, do you have a video that you've filmed but never edited and will probably never post? So at the time, again, I had drafted, the answers to these questions a couple months ago, but at the time, It's Not Summer Without You, that reading vlog, it was all the way back in May 2020 that I made it. And obviously 2022, you kind of think, oh, it's not going to happen. But I had planned on it, and it ended up being the perfect time because this show came out and a lot of people were like, oh yeah, the summer I turned pretty, it's not summer without you. It really worked out. But for BookTube, I am caught up with all the videos that I filmed, which I'm really happy about. But to get back to films and stuff, there is plenty of footage that I have that I've never actually edited, which is a shame, kind of sucks, but I don't know. I mean, those projects, I just never did it. Next question is, if you had to choose one fandom, which one would it be? The Hunger Games, since that's the series that I was so passionate and cared so much about. But unrelated to books, I'd say Stranger Things. I definitely like the fandom there. The next question is, what is the worst book you've read this year? This question is from 2020, so it would either be The Love Interest or If He Had Been With Me. But The Betrothed is a pretty good contender as well. For 2022, it's a good question. There's a lot of books I didn't like. I would have to say Bad Boys Break Hearts. I really hated that one. The guy was just so awful. I really did not enjoy it at all. But also Gail Forman's The Wickeds was really bad, and it was pointless, and it was trash, and the decisions she made with the book were so awful, so it's really hard for me to pick one. There were just so many bad ones this year so far. And again, if you guys have not been staying up to date with my videos, I have only read 8 books, and the fact that only 2 out of the 8 books I've read this year I liked, It usually happens this way, but it does kind of suck. Next question is, your favorite versus worst characters you've ever read? So I'm just going to be picking main characters for this. So the best ones were Penryn from Angel Fall, Katniss from The Hunger Games, Harry Potter, Evie from Paranormalcy, Junie B. Jones, Cassie from The Fifth Wave, and Isis from Love Me Never. Man, I loved Isis. She was so great and funny. I really want to do a reread of that book. It was so good. And the worst characters I've ever read, Triss from Divergent, Hazel and Gus from The Fault in Our Stars. They were beyond pretentious. I hated that so much. Juliet from Shatter Me, Autumn and Finn from If He Had Been With Me, Harry Harden from After, the absolute worst, Finch from All the Bright Places, Kaz and the gang from Six of Crows, Molly from 99 Days, and Edelyn from the Selection Series spin-offs, which is The Heir and the Crown. Next question is, what is your go-to book on bad days or a genre? Honestly, on bad days, I usually don't read. I usually watch TV or watch YouTube videos. But if I had to pick a genre, I'd pick contemporary. Next question is, most anticipated releases for next year. So I'm just going with what's either come out this year, 2022, or what is coming out. Book Lovers by Emily Henry, Only a Monster, and This Woven Kingdom. And also the American Roommate Experiment. Next question is, what is your favorite book series? So I'd have to go with the Harry Potter series. Besides the last book, I really loved each of them. I did love The Hunger Games. Catching Fire was my favorite book. But Mockingjay was too weak. And even though Angel Falls is my favorite book, the rest of the series just isn't as strong. And the last question is, you seem to be on a reading streak lately. How did you get out of your slump? And honestly, I'm not out of my slump, really. I mean, I kind of am. Because I am reading a little bit, but it's still so impossible. Like, I am having such a problem reading that, usually you could pick up a book, right? And you read it, and in your head you're able to read it and decipher it, and you got it. The attention is there. You got this. For some reason, it's just been so bad for me. It's like I can't do it. So, like, the only way I am able to read this or an ebook is either I have to play an audiobook with it or I have to read it aloud to myself. It's very annoying, but that's kind of how it's going for me. But I am reading at least a little bit. I mean, the last time I finished a book was June 21st or 22nd, so it's been a hot second because I've tried the summer. I turned pretty this month, and it was a DNF. I tried Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, and that was a DNF too. But right now, I am really enjoying The Wicked King. It is so good. I'm actually really enjoying that one. And I don't know if you guys had seen one of my live shows, but I was talking about how I really did not like The Cruel Prince, but I'm really liking the second one. So I'm having a good time. I feel like I will actually be able to finish it because the other two books, I wasn't having a good time the second I started, but I'm having a good time right now. So I'm really enjoying that. But I would say, to answer the question, even though most of it I'm not out of the slump yet, at least I've dedicated the time and I've actively wanted to do it. I've motivated myself to want to read, and sometimes I do set aside the times that I can read. And that is it for my BookTube Q&A. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you to everyone who submitted a question. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. It'd be great to hit another good milestone. Have a great day, and